Welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. This is just a quick middle of the day update because Bitcoin isn't doing much, and I'm just preparing for the member live stream that we're starting sort of in half an hour, while I make this video. So just be aware of that. But yeah, there is still not much going on. I think, interestingly, I looked at the Coinbase chart earlier today. The Coinbase chart also doesn't look very good. I mean, it's not bad, but it also points towards further downside. It's moving in a very, very similar structure to Bitcoin. The Coinbase chart, you just see it when my last Coinbase video on the More Trading Online channel, but it's moving in a very similar way. Also, a lot of the crypto miner charts, which I'm observing as well, they also don't look very good, and they are looking as if they want to break down. Again, I'm not saying they are necessarily super bearish or that they know anything, but I just highlighting what I see. Interestingly here, Bitcoin as well is just moving up in this kind of price channel. Let's see if it's actually respecting it, because it just tries to break out to the downside of the lower boundary line. I highlighted in the previous video that these trend lines are not very reliable on a weekend, because oftentimes you see it that trend lines break on the weekend and then they just become meaningless when there isn't enough volume, for example, that not even enough selling volume that would cause a drop. So it's very interesting. I mean, ideally, it's still moving in its ending diagonal here. So we are still tracking a wave 2 correction. Resistances are clear. They've been stated in the previous videos, all the way up to 27,480. As long as the price is below that level, we expect a third wave breakdown shortly. But in the very, very short term, the price should still move a little higher in this C wave of wave Y of wave 2. But Bitcoin can't really get off the ground there. Yeah, it's sort of dancing around that 50% retracement level there at 26,540. And the third wave ideally would go a little higher. I mean, this third wave, I mean, at the very least, I mean, if this is a diagonal, you normally don't, they're less reliable, the fib targets, but at the very least, I would like to see it get to, ideally at the minimum 27,115, this third wave, maybe 27,275, just the third wave itself. But bear in mind, we're dealing here really with micro counts, and it just can't seem to move away from its 1-2 setup there. It just can't seem to move away. And obviously the subwave count here of the C wave, highlighted here in white, will be invalidated if the price breaks below the beginning of that C wave, which is the B wave low at $26,210. Below that level, we have 25,773 as support, and below that level, I think the third wave breakdown might be in the making. But never underestimate Bitcoin's capability and ability actually to surprise, because we had this larger support area at 25,350. That's at least where it starts. It has acted so well. I mean, these fib levels on our chart, these fib levels have been on the chart for months, right? And they have been so helpful, and the price has respected them so well. Really, really interesting. It's the 50% retracement level. And I mean, so many touch points, and all of these bounces of the fib level. It just shows that how relevant they are. And therefore, just going down there doesn't necessarily mean that we get the complete breakdown. It is difficult, apparently, for the price to really break into this support level. So we have to prepare in the current market conditions for further choppy price action. So yeah, no reason to be short-term even more bullish unless the price can break above 27,480. And I'm talking about a sustained break, followed by a break above the end of August high at 28,180. Then we can talk about something more immediately bullish. It might then reach 29 to 29.5K. And when we then come down to test support, that's when we might have a valid long trade setup, basically 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then we can get bullish. Until then, we have to focus further on the downside. And also the exhaustion here is just visible on the chart. So it's going to be very interesting. Expect a lot of volatility maybe early in the week in anticipation of the Fed interest rate decision that happens middle of next week. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. I mean, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X, how it's called now. Still, I don't get used to that name. Links are in the video description. And yeah, if you're interested in the membership as a channel member, every Sunday we carry out a weekly live stream every Sunday. It's always educational. We talk about FIB levels, Elliott waves, retracements, extensions, indicators, all sorts of stuff. So it's basically like a small trading course, lots of knowledge there for you. And when you join, you can watch all the previous tutorials. We cover some coin requests in the Sunday live streams as well. You get access to all content on Discord and Telegram, educational content. And yeah, as a gold member, in addition to that, short-term market updates, which can be very useful in very volatile market conditions. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.